My friends, got a cold day here in Georgia. I think it's like the mid-20s this morning when the kids went off to school. Now it's about 35, but it's windy just like it was back in Maine. And the wind's what gets you. Just taking old Pablo for a walk here, and I figured I'd share with you some updates. All right, so first and foremost, I did not get chosen for the jury pool, which is fantastic. I know it's a civic duty, but they ask you honestly if you have any thoughts about the state of the court of state of legal affairs. And I said I think it's against men, to be perfectly honest with you. And they seem, somewhat taken aback by that. But I said, look, I'm just telling you the way it is. I mean, my experience was on both sides of the equation, knowing people as I do, child custody cases, which always goes against men. And then on top of that, this Me Too movement thing and what happened to me. And I share with them, I said, look, I'm still emotional about it. Not like crying, but, maybe mad. On top of that, it actually tipped me off. I was talking to this lady, and she was on a jury 20 years ago, and they acquitted a guy accused of being a rapist, and accused of rape, and then they acquitted him. And then after walking out, the prosecutor said, I just want to let you know that you just freed a rapist. And the issue was that he had been previously convicted of rape. Now, that friggin' pisses me off because, A, if he's been previously convicted of rape, that does no effect. It should have no effect on the bearing of this one individual unique case. Now, I get it. We say, yes, a criminal who's caught, that's just what he's been caught for. He's committed many, many crimes before that. I get that. But at the end of the day, you're not being tried for the crimes you did not get committed. You're being tried for the crime which they're accusing you of. And if the jury, I think she said it was mostly women, found this guy not guilty, has no effect at all on the fact that he was convicted of previous rapes. It's just crazy. Now, did he probably do it? Yeah, probably. I don't know. She didn't say, but she was very, very upset by that, very emotional. But it has no effect, and it has no impact. And so again, just because you were convicted of a previous crime does not make you guilty of said crime that you're being accused of. It doesn't. It just frustrates me no end. Now, Josh, but doesn't that show you that the court is not stacked against men? I don't think so. This guy was acquitted. How many young men, mostly young black guys in particularly, are sitting in jail today because some overbearing prosecutor that strikes a plea deal because the guy can't afford a defense? It's not right. And yet the women who are maybe running with this guy aren't being convicted. It's men. I mean, come on. Let's not pretend here. Is that offensive? Yeah, it is offensive that you can be accused of something and you have to show your innocence. And especially if you're a man being accused of something by a woman. And this is what happened in this case. A woman was accusing a man. And I don't know what's going on in this situation, but I got to tell you, my experience, having seen personal experience what the courts do on the child custody battle, having seen personal experience what happened to me, is the courts are stacked against men when it comes time to a woman versus a man. So the prosecution didn't want to hear that, and so they struck me, which is good. All right, so as offensive that is, let's get on more offensive stuff, shall we? I'm just joking. It's the end of the year. I'm not going to take any more clients for the rest of this year. I really want to get my my book, You Can Retire on Wellington Fund, out by the beginning of next year. So I'm going to be working like crazy. I still have a number of clients I have to settle up with, so I'm still going to be pretty busy for clients for the next 2 weeks. So I'm not going to take any more clients for this year. So if you're interested in jumping on board, just wait till next year. Hey, we don't want to be rushing that anyway. Doesn't make sense. Now, I did have a guy, and it was interesting. He said, look, he wants to make sure he gets his 2019 Roth conversions done. And I said, no, well, we better be moving. And then he said, look, I don't want to rush this. I'm going to wait till next year. I said, that's actually probably a pretty good idea. So he's going to look into it himself to see if he needs to do it. But next year he'll reach out to me just because he didn't want to rush. I said, it's probably a pretty good idea because we're already into first week of December. You got the Christmas time and whatnot. So not taking any more clients. I got to tell you, this was an incredibly good year for me. And I just want to thank you all. I'm stunned how many people I've been able to meet from Alaska Had a guy in UAE, right, or Saudi Arabia, something like that. Guy in Mexico. A lot of people in Minnesota, of all places. A couple in Illinois. Had 4 people in Illinois, 2 of which were the only refunds I gave, but 2 of which were wonderful people. So, 50-50, I guess, with Illinois. Those 2 people I gave refunds to were, one just out and out lied about me, which is too bad. And I don't like being lied about, that's for sure. But either way, and I don't give refunds. It's not something I'm interested in doing just because people are hiring me for my time, and I'm trying to make it explicitly clear on the front end. I can't get back my time, regardless of what your level of satisfaction is for the financial planning. I can't get back my time, so I can't refund the money. In this case, I just didn't want to deal with it. I was just like, whatever, dude. I guess, greasy wheel gets the oil, whatever. The other lady tipped me off because she was in a good place. I just said, there's nothing you need to do. I mean, you're doing great. And she says, and this was I just charged $500 for a, assessment. And she goes, do you really think that was worth $500? And I said, well, we took 2 hours time, did we not? She goes, yeah. I said, and I gave you my assessment, did I not? She goes, yeah. I said, and my assessment was what you're looking for, was it not? Yeah. Well, if my assessment is that you're in a good place, I don't understand what that. Anyways, I said whatever. Just gave her money back too, which is too bad. I was disappointed in her because we spent a lot of time, and actually I spent more than I normally do with her because she appealed to my weakness, which is single mom. I can't remember if she's a divorcee, working class, and she appealed to my weakness there. Someone like my mom, actually, and she got the best of me, and she kind of disappoints me. But hey, be it as it may, with all the people I've dealt with over the course of this and I only started taking clients in April, man, you guys just blow me away about just how, man, America is so good. Now look, this is self-selecting audience, I get it, but some just wonderful people out there. I can't tell you. I can't express enough my gratitude. And I'm just shocked. It's shocking that so many people would pay me a good amount of money, by the way. Never met me in person, probably never will meet me in person. And they're sending me money just based on, faith, essentially. And it seems like it's a win-win. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of everybody, but, for the level of gratitude I receive from clients, it seems like their money was well spent. And for me, it's just crazy how many people I've met from doing this YouTube channel. Not just clients, but just people in general. It's crazy. I just can't believe it. So I'm going in my 3rd year come March. So March 2020 will be the beginning of my 3rd year. And I love it, every single minute of it. I love doing it. It's not, like I said, it's cathartic for me. And it's awesome. I'm just so grateful for you all, for the folks who paid me, for the folks who just watch these videos, for the folks who comment, for the folks who subscribe to my Subscribe Star page, for the folks who bought my books, for the folks who share, for the folks who pray for me. Just for the folks who sign up for my course. I can't. The gratitude I feel is nuts. But anyway, with that said, I do want to get this book because I have the gist of it done. I have all the spreadsheets done for my You Can Retire in Wellington, and I'll probably add 2019 because we're in December, so I'll probably get the 2019 done because we are here at 2019. But it'll be a bunch of different scenarios with using Wellington. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to change too much. So it'll be updated for 2019. Oh, this is what I want to ask you. All right, so this is what I want to do in 2020. Man, I tell you, the serendipity, the ideas you get when it's quiet. And I always get interesting ideas when I'm in the shower. It's funny, I used to listen to speed metal when I was a kid. And I got out of the shower just fired up. But now I don't listen to anything. I get ideas in my head. It's crazy. And I wish I would have not listen to speed metal when I was in high school and just let the God's word speak to me. But the devil loves noise. Anyway, be it as it may, here's what I want to do. So I have a friend in Connecticut who's a realtor. And I was watching these guys up in Maine who are realtors. I want to interview one realtor per state and say, why should somebody retire in your state? Now look, California, there's a huge bunch of differences in California relative to southern, the Inland Empire, northern, I get that. The lady in Connecticut's, you got New England, Connecticut, and then you got New York, Connecticut, kind of, so to speak. I get that, but I can't interview everybody. So I just want to interview one realtor per state. And I want to title it, Why You Should Retire in Maine, Why You Should Retire in Florida, and maybe even go over their listings. I mean, that's cool to say, hey, this is what I got, and just talk about the benefits of retiring to your state. And then I'll ask them too. I'll say, well, all right, here are the 5 negatives. I want to be pro and con, but I get I enjoy looking at these, retire to this state, don't retire to that. I enjoy that. And I know other people do too. So if you know a realtor who'd be interested in being, I want to make it a video interview too. And I can link to the person, link to their listings, whole thing. I don't know how long the interview will go, 15 minutes, 20, I don't know. We can talk about their listings. We can talk about, all right, so you live in, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Tell the audience here why they should retire to New Hampshire. And just go from there. And I have no idea. I just think it'd be totally fun. I really do. It just occurred to me. So I want to do that. So if you know a realtor that you're fond of, or if you are one and you want to be on the list, let me know. I'd be loved to. And I'm not, look, man, it's first come, first serve. So whoever gets me first, as long as you're not a scumbag, you're it. So if you're watching this and you're a realtor in California, and you reach out to me first, you're it. That's just all there is to it, because I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool. And then what I'd like to do with that is put that in the book, like I did my state-by-state tax guide to retirees. Here's Joan Smith from freaking California who says, here's the top 5 reasons you retire in California, blah, 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 blah. Here's some of the reasons you might want to think about not retiring here. Now, I want to be a reality here, not just, like the realtor. Cozy house. Well, we all know that means small. You know what I'm saying? Extreme value. We all know that means it needs to be revamped. We know what that means. So I want to make sure, I don't want to just have the realtor speak. I want to have reality of the reasons too, because I'm interested in that. I watch all the videos that said 10 reasons not to visit Boise, Idaho. I just find that fascinating. As I said, I'm a map guy. So if you know someone who'd be interested, let me know. All right. So it's been a great year for your old buddy Josh. Started taking clients in April, raised my fees in June of 2019. I just made a good amount of money. It's insane. Obviously, I paid a good amount of money to Uncle Sam because I'm self-employed. I published one book. I think, I published one or two. I can't remember. One book, 2 books. I think just one. Published my course, and a lot more exciting coming down for 2020. I tell you, once you break free from the litany of the corporate politics, it's so exhilarating and liberating. But you have to be passionate. This is what I hear even at the courthouse yesterday. The judge, like, well, we appreciate your passion. That's what she told me. People like passion. So if whatever you're doing, if you're not passionate about it, it's not gonna. You can't fake it, if that makes sense. They say fake it till you make it. You can't fake something you're not that interested in. Like, I was going to do a video on something, or maybe a book. Oh, is there going to be a course on college planning? Some guy had emailed me that. I said, it doesn't float my boat. I'm just not that interested in it. In fact, I'm not that interested in it because I don't know if college is a value, frankly. And and I'm not going to try to convince people it is. And frankly, if they're taking on debt in which to finance something I don't think is a value to begin with, I don't think I'd be that good at it. And it just kind of bores me. It doesn't get me fired up to say, hey, I can't wait to do this video on college planning. It's just not, there's nothing there for me. So I don't want to do that. And people will be able to see it. I love talking taxes. Love talking financial planning. Love talking charitable estate planning, charitable giving, investments. Love that stuff. Some things I just don't like, and because that, I know about it, but because I'm not that interested in it, I'm just, A, I'll probably never do it. B, if I did it, it'd be kind of crappy. And I quit my crappy old job to get away from crappy. The only crappy thing I have anymore is that little rugrat. Hello, Pablo. Yeah, and he's not crappy. He just likes to take craps. And I like to pick him up, but he's my little nugget. All right, see you guys.